Aloha, this is Melissa McCoy and Carolyn McCammon, and I just asked her how to pronounce her name and I forgot. We're here at the Hyatt Regency Maui, which is one of the most beautiful hotels in Hawaii, and we were having a discussion earlier about all of the history here, and Carolyn has worked here for 9 years.
9 years.
And how long with the company?
15.
15 years. And we're here, and we're in the presidential suite, which in its day, we were talking in 1980 when the property was built. And for several years afterwards, it was the cat's meow. It was the
place to be in the world.
It was the place to be in the world. And I love, I've done a walkthrough, and it will be part of this video series on the internet. So it won't be part of this little talk that we're having. But this suite is so beautiful. How many square feet is this?
2,500 square feet, 7 lanais, panoramic view. You can see Lanai, Molokai, you can see Koholave from here, you can see Molokini from here, you can see quite a bit. You're up on the 22nd floor, so it doesn't get much more panoramic.
And if we didn't have the curtain closed behind us, what we'd be looking at is the ocean, but we wanted to have we wanted to be able to see us instead of the glare from outside. And how many rooms in the hotel?
806.
806, and was it the first hotel of its size in Hawaii, or as far as that many rooms, this many rooms?
Well, we built the Hyatt Regency Waikiki prior to this, which is a larger hotel. So it's the largest on Maui, and nothing has compared to it in Maui since.
And we were talking about, because this was the hotel, this was the first in the world, you say, like a destination hotel. So that would, what does that translate into? That translates into the wow factor.
Exactly. It was the first place where people really traveled to the resort because of the resort itself. Also because of the destination, of course.
Right.
But prior to that, hotels were places where people slept and they went out and explored the destination. This is the first place where people came because they had to see this resort.
Right.
There was nothing like it in the world. We have free-form pools, lava rocks, wildlife, art collections, landscaping, pool slides. That was actually, it's an adult slide. It's not a kid slide.
Well, I've judged, I've been on all the slides here on Maui, and I think you have the maximum velocity of this
Absolutely,
pool.
absolutely. It is not a kiddie slide, that is for sure. And really, all those things sound so commonplace now, but in 1980, they were unheard of. There was nothing like it in the world, so we're very happy and proud to have that distinguishment of this being the first true destination resort in the world.
Right, destination hotel, and it really kind of started, I think we were discussing before we started the video that it might be the 5th or 6th hotel that was built on Apollo. So this was in its infancy back really when Wailea, there was nothing really happening in Wailea at all to speak of. I think the Intercontinental was lumping along, and the Westin International, which was before they renamed it Westin, which then became Stouffer's, which then became
what it is now.
it's demolished.
Right.
So, and how many floors are here in this hotel?
There's
maximum.
3 towers total, 9 floors per tower.
Okay. And I remember it was a year ago, and you'll remember this as well. I think it must have been October. It was right when they had the Walk of Fame, and we were doing a radio show here. And as Carolyn was saying today, there was an accident down that has slowed down traffic. Well, there was a big fire on the Poly, which is the cliff area going.
See, it's your fault.
The car accidents and the fires come along with the territory.
Yes.
But a year ago, we were trying to come over here, and we had some guests invited, and we were in this suite, and we were going to have a luncheon, and then we were going to do the radio broadcast, which is a local broadcast on Maui and Oahu. And then there was this fire, and we couldn't make it over here. And so we tried, Lori from my office and myself tried to go around the backside. If anybody's been to Maui that's watching this, you know that's Kahakaloa coming around from Kapalua. And they wouldn't let us by there. And on our way back to go and wait in line or chance whatever we could chance, I gave Sunshine Helicopters a call.
That's right, I remember now.
And they said, we just happen to have a helicopter flight going to the Hyatt, if you can get here in 15 minutes. So a year ago, we're doing a video cast now, but we were doing a radio broadcast. A year ago, Lori and I are down to Sunshine Helicopters at Kahului Heliport, getting on the helicopter, landing on the tower that's over there, getting over here about 20 minutes before. We had the whole suite full of food, because I think we had 6 or 8 guests total that were going to be, and nobody could get here. We did it all over the guests called in from their cell phones, and so it was dynamic and it was fun, and that was the last time I stayed in this beautiful suite.
That's right, I forgot. We do have the helicopter landing pad, which is, a lot of people don't know that, so I was glad you were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and who would have ever known that it would be come in handy like that? And is this the only hotel on this site, or even on Maui, that has its own helipad?
It is.
Okay, and so you've seen the likes of sheiks and presidents, and in the time that you've been here, can you say the most famous person, or is that, you know, the secret information? Or this one that you could say that the most famous that you actually could say?
We had many presidents while they were in office. I would say, obviously, in the beginning of the 80s, President Carter was here.
Okay.
We have had Wayne Newton was a frequent guest during the early 80s. Actually, our penguins that we have in our lobby initially came from Wayne Newton.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
Was there a piano up here then? In this
there was.
suite? I bet there was.
There was.
Yeah. Okay. Because that would make, you know.
You know what? It was a literal who's who of celebrities. In the past few years, it hasn't been quite. There's been other places for them to explore, but certainly we've had presidents, dignitaries, celebrities. We were on certainly Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous for many, many years. So if anyone who is anybody has been at this resort.
And I remember hearing about the oil sheiks that would come over and take over whole floors and with their entourage of people, so it was pretty exciting. Now, what are, I know that this hotel is so popular in McCoy Travel, and reintroducing myself, I'm Melissa McCoy with McCoy Custom Travel and Cruise here on the island of Maui, and servicing clients all over the world, really. We do a lot of business with this hotel.
Absolutely.
It's you know, we love sharing it with our clients, and I know that you've done some things in the last couple of years as far as last year upgrades. You've done the children's pool. That was one of the big things that you did. The way it's a real easy, is it sand, or does it just look like sand?
It is. It's a sand bottom pool.
Well, since I don't have kids, I haven't had children down there, so.
Sometimes there's more adults in the pool than there are kids. And as we talked about earlier, since the resort really was built as an adult playground, the trend changed. We saw more and more families traveling to the islands of Maui, so we created our kids pool, or Kiki Lagoon, as we call it. It's a 3,000 square foot, zero entry, which means it's a gradual entry. There's no steps, sand bottom pool. It's only 1.5 feet deep. We have the dancing fountains that are there.
Oh, that's right.
Interactive sea turtles. There's a sand island, tide pools on either side, and we also have a slide. So it's a 25-foot slide that's wide enough for parent and child to go down together.
Oh.
So fun for everybody.
Okay. I know I've got probably a couple people from my office that utilize that for their kids. Mike Brown in particular, with the ones with the little kids. And what else? I know that there's so much. I know that you recently, in the last 3 years, renovated this presidential suite.
The suites, all of our primary suites, were renovated about 2 years ago. This was a very expensive remodel because we really wanted to show kind of the classic elegance that we had put into our guest rooms, and really have it reflected in the presidential suite, but even with a little bit more wow factor.
It's definitely
and
wow.
I think that we accomplished that.
I love the color scheme. And what is the published rate on in this suite?
It is $4,500 per night.
Oh, that's a great value.
Not bad.
That's a really good value.
Well, you also are in our Regency Club, so you do have access to our Regency Club lounge, which is the continental breakfast every day. You have your private concierge, hors d'oeuvres in the evening, full open bar. So we definitely do try to add value to the suite as well, because anyone who's going to pay that kind of money to be in this sort of accommodations, we certainly want to take very good care of.
Right, and then this is this suite is it's a large master bedroom, and again, accompanying this video cast will also be a complimentary video walkthrough of the room, which I went to the bedroom and the view from the bed. And this one we just get to sit here and talk. But that one I'm actually walking through and doing a little narration. But the artwork and the woodwork and the color scheme all throughout this is beautiful. And so it's a big master bedroom with windows all the way down the one side, and then there's the extra bedroom, which has got facing straight out to the ocean. So it's and a kitchen. and with a microwave, no stove.
But otherwise full service.
Yeah, who needs a stove when you have a microwave? It's got a full refrigerator full of stuff, and a sink. And so this is actually, this particular suite for someone that's looking for the lap of luxury, and to me, it's not that expensive if you're looking for depending on if it's a special occasion, but it's just so comfortable with the dining room table for 8 people, which I'm sure could probably be expanded. How many suites are in the hotel?
We have 31 total.
Okay.
So some are a little bit more economical, and then of course, all the way up to the cream of the crop.
And then what's the suite that would be the next one below this?
We would have our deluxe ocean suites. Those are 900 square feet, 1-bedroom suites, 3 lanais, still full ocean views. All of our suites have full ocean views, which is a really nice factor to them. And it still is also a beautiful, beautiful suite.
I think I've stayed in those a few times. Yeah. I probably stayed at this hotel more than I've stayed at any other hotel.
And we always love to have you back. You're welcome.
We have to be careful when you say that. This area here is, there's a lot of changes going on in Kaanapali, but the beach is beautiful here. The sunsets are spectacular. Last night was a little overcast, but there was still that flash of bright pink over Lanai. And you've got, looking out towards Molokai, Lanai, and with the islands sitting offshore, it's just such a beautiful setting.
Really
and the water here is spectacular because you're in the lee of the island, and it's just beautiful. The Wailea, which I love Wailea quite a bit, but it gets a lot more of the wraparound wind, and here it's much more protected. So the ocean here is spectacular, and I'm really looking forward to coming back during whale season too.
Absolutely. I mean, we have been known to see whales just 20 yards offshore.
Yeah.
Almost every day, especially during really good whale seasons.
Right.
And it's something that I certainly never get tired of seeing. And for a newcomer to the islands, it's spectacular.
And then the other features that I love here quite a bit, you have your Spa Moana, which is an oceanfront spa, which I'm not taking advantage of this time, but I have definitely taken advantage of it before. And I don't know the name of the dress shop downstairs, but since I like clothes, the Italian gal owns it, the one that's...
They call it's Dahlia.
Dahlia. Very cute.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yes, so it's good for shopping, and then you've got fabulous art stores in here. And...
even a Macy's.
And a Macy's and Sandal Tree.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite places to buy shoes, which I don't know if you can see it, but I'm not wearing any shoes today, but Carolyn's dressed for work and I'm dressed for, vacation. I'm on vacation. Right. And so is there anything else that you would like to say about this property that people should know about that we haven't covered?
Well, certainly, as you mentioned, our spa is really wonderful. It is Maui's first Hawaii's first and Maui's only oceanfront spa.
Right.
It's the largest spa on Kaanapali Beach. We're one of 7 in the state of Hawaii that's mobile travel rated. It is phenomenal.
Oh,
yes.
I knew that.
Yeah. We also have our great new restaurant called Sun's Maui at Swan Port.
Yes.
It was voted best new restaurant by both Honolulu Magazine and also Maui Noka Oi Magazine. So best new restaurant for 2007. And it houses the largest wine collection in the state of Hawaii.
I didn't know that either. And the setting is, for those who, the Swan Ports was probably, has always been known as being the most romantic, and then Sun's, which is, Swan Port was run and owned by the hotel, and then Sun's is they actually have a couple of different restaurants and different names on the island, but the setting is probably the most spectacular, romantic setting with the black and the white swans and the lake setting with the waterfalls and just the whole elegance.
When the sun goes down and the tiki torches are on, and the swans are gliding by.
It's pretty special. Well, I would just like to say thank you for allowing me to be in this beautiful suite. I was here last night, enjoyed the sunset, and again was reminded of the specialness and the beauty of this property. And of course feeling like I'm completely spoiled, and which of course I am. And I want to say thank you for everything you do for our clients and you do for my staff. And again, my name is Melissa McCoy, and I'm here at the Hyatt Regency Maui, and we're sitting in the presidential suite, and it's November of 2007. And we're going to sign off and say thank you for visiting, and be sure to give us a Call up McCoy Travel at 1-800-256-4280. Visit us at mccoytravel.com and click on Hawaii, and you'll be able to find all sorts of great information on this property and other properties in Hawaii. And Carolyn, thank you so much
Thank you, Melissa.
for everything.
Always a pleasure.
And I'm just going to walk back over here and turn it off.